I was Bachelor of Nursing student in Queensland University of Technology, and I'm here to warn you not to take this study path. There are many bad things that happened in this university, but the last straw for me is when I found out that they fail students on purpose by quota in order to take advantage of high fees imposed to international students. They don't make it too obvious as say that out of 10 international students only 2 of them fail. In my placement, I was treated differently by PCWs. They are not friendly with me unlike with others. I also asked my other mates from different placements who had the same experience. Furthermore, I was not able to do my tasks properly because unfair judgment and prejudice. There are instances where I am not allowed to use manual handling machine even though I already have prior experiences in using the machine. One of the PCWs Ky from South Korea also abused a student by making him bring 4 wrist chair to a resident even though the resident do not need them. In my first interim, I was deemed to not do well simply because personally I was not used to the environment. Ironically, I was judged to do well for the second interim and will pass the placement, even though I don't feel like I did better. This means that assessment like this came from subjective point of view from the PCWs rather than objective point of view. The staff sent from QUT just patronized me instead of helping me. I still don't understand what JH role is in the placement, but I'm pretty sure it's to target which international students to fail to fulfill their quota. On my last day of placement I found JH talking bad behind my back with a facilitator. This is when I'm sure that the real role is to target which international students to fail in order to reap profits. I'm not aware if other universities did the same thing, but I found reviews from other international students with similar experiences. 2. If you have any kind of health problems, don't choose GP likely from Iran as your GP in QUT Medical Center. She will not hold any responsibility if there is a misdiagnosis. She won't even admit it in the first place. There was one time where I just had dehydration, but she recommended me to have surgery. There was also instances where she'll verbally abuse the patient just because she chose not to have urgent medical intervention. Later on it was found out to be misdiagnosis as well because specialists in hospital deemed that it's not urgent. I forgot to mention that QUT is very famous for having low graduation rate. They will never tell you this. This means that you can get in doesn't mean you can graduate. Placement's announcement sometimes was delayed for 2-3 weeks, so only have 1 week to prepare for our placement when there should be more time. My other mate who passed the placement do not even know what is considered as high blood pressure. Also, toxicity is quite rampant. One teacher from anatomy class made a rude remark, looking down people from another professional field by saying things like, they only know how to crunch numbers and they had small wages compared with nurses. If you beg for grade, this teacher will easily give you higher grade. One teacher is an insecure man who likes to talk behind people's back. This guy is quite funny. He integrates visa immigration law class in a subject totally unrelated to it. Not to mention he doesn't have relevant qualification for it. Not to mention, they let students who copy each other work past their units. Be careful of QCD 310 unit coordinator. She likes to bully some students. Overall, I don't recommend students with critical thinking, straightforward way of communicating with outward constructive feedback who can also be open to inward feedback. Brave to take decision to enroll in QUT.
Also, I would like to add about JH, the staff sent to help you with quote mark without any consent nor knowledge. Be careful with her as she physically assaulted one of my mates. The GP named GB who worked at both Queensland University of Technology medical centers, the one who I mentioned tend to gaslight her patient and do a lot of misdiagnoses as maybe a diversity hire. It looked like Queensland University of Technology desperately trying to salvage her reputation by paying fake reviewers in Google Maps.